Welcome to this week's session with the Putnam County Council on Aging in conjunction with the Putnam County District Library. This week we are taking a look at creating a mail merge. We will be using Word and Excel anytime that we are creating this mail merge. So what I have done is prior to starting this session, I created just a sample of an Excel sheet that I might have. Now I've got this Excel sheet where I have listed here, you can see, I'm going to make this a little bit larger to be seen for you. It's got on it, let's start off here. Let's highlight everything here just so that it's a little bit bigger for you to see. And what I have here is I have a listing of, across the top, I have in bold what is like my header information here. And I have a first name, last name, address, city, state, and zip. It is kind of safe practice when you are working with names. If you separate out the first and the last, it can just make it easier in terms of doing any type of work with that data. So that's just one simple thing to keep in mind. So I've got my Excel sheet here. I have it saved. You can see the title here is as a sample. And then what I'm going to do is I would be opening up Word. So I'll bring my Word across here. So I have Microsoft Word here, and I have a document opened up. I do not have any information in this document yet. So what I am going to do is I am simply going to let's just start this off. First of all, I'm going to make the font a little bit bigger so that it's easier to be seen. And I'm just going to, let's just say 2, and I'm going to stop at that point, because here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to mailings. This is where I would start anything that had to do with a mail merge. And I can set if I wanted to do as an envelope, if I want this as labels, if I want to start my mail merge. I'm going to simply say start, because I'm going to create this mail merge as a document, like I'm writing something to someone. I'm going to say start my mail merge here. And again, here's my options as well that I can pick. I'm going to select letter here for today as an example. And then it's the next choice. I'm going straight across the top is to select my recipients. So this is where I'm going to go out and I'm going to grab that Excel sheet. So I'm going to say select recipients, and I'm going to say use an existing list, because I already have something created. When I go to use an existing list, it's going to take me out and it's going to look for, I will look for where I have that saved. I believe I have it on my desktop. Let's see where I put this at. Actually, no, let's go back here. Downloads. And here's my sample. So if I go sample and say open, it's always going to warn me that it's a possible security risk, making sure that that file is safe for me to use. I'm going to say yes, that it's okay. That is what the file is. It's safe. Sometimes this can take a little bit of time. I'm going to go and say open the document in the workbook, and I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not going to change any information here. I'm simply going to say okay. So now what I have is I have my option here to then go across here, and I'm going to go to insert my merge field, and I'm going to say I want the first name there. Now notice I have my little characters before and last. One thing to keep in mind, I'm going to go back, just delete this just in case, because notice where I have my cursor flashing. where I have my cursor flashing is where it's going to be inserted. So I do want to make sure that I have put a space there because I don't want the name, obviously, to run right into my word. So I'm going to go, now I will say first. So that's going to put my first name. I'm going, notice it's grabbing what was the top. If I go back to my list here, it's grabbing what's across the top. These are what my insert fields are. Again, I'm going to want to hit the space bar to put my last. So now I'm going to say last. So now if I say to, first, last, I'm going to just put a colon here behind. Now, I say I am doing this and I'm going to maybe have information that I might want to type in here. Anything I type in, that is what's going to appear, obviously, in my letter that I'm typing. And we'll just do this as an example. And then just for the sake of demonstration, obviously this isn't a quote normal letter that you would maybe be writing, but I'm going to then here, let's just say for some reason I want to be able to put I'm going to say, I believe this is the address we have listed. If I can type, have listed for you. And then here's where I'm going to go back to insert field. I'm going to say address. I'm going to hit return. I'm going to insert field, do city. Again, I would want to put my comma, just like you would normally see an address listed. Insert again, state, and space, and I'm going to put zip. So now I have this file ready to merge in. So if I go here to preview results, what you're going to see is, I'm going to pull my document back up here so you can see this from behind. I've got Nancy Brown is, I believe, the example here I use. Let's pull this over so you can see. I've got Nancy Brown. To Nancy Brown, hello, nice to meet you. I believe this is the address we have listed for you. And then you can see the address here below. And that is the first one. And if I just want to preview this, I'm simply going to click on my arrows here at the top. And now you see same thing, Joe Smith. Hello, nice to meet you. And I have all his address here down below. And then at this point, I would just simply say finish and merge. And this is where I would then have the option that I would be able to either download this, because if it was something that I wanted to email out, or I could print based upon how I want to take and use this information. That is a very basic, kind of a more simplistic way to at least get started in using and doing anything that might involve mail merge. So again, we were using Word and we were using Excel to complete this. So I hope everyone has a great week.